Alright, let's dive into this because it's a move that, on the surface, might seem like just another roster adjustment, but personally, I think it's a lot more interesting than that. The Diamondbacks activating Zack Littell and slotting him into the bullpen, it's a decision that raises some eyebrows, especially when you consider his recent history. So, let's break it down and see what's really going on here. First off, what makes this really interesting is the context. Littell has been a starter for the past 3.5 seasons, right? He had some solid moments with the Rays and Reds, particularly with his ability to avoid walks. But then, things took a turn last season with the Nats. His ERA ballooned, strikeouts dropped, and he gave up a ton of home runs. So, from my perspective, moving him to the bullpen feels like a reset button. It's almost like the D-backs are saying, let's see if we can recapture some of that earlier magic in a different role. Now, one thing that immediately stands out is the financial aspect. Littell's on a league minimum salary, with the Nats still footing most of the bill. That's a low-risk move for Arizona, and honestly, it's a smart play. They're not exactly loaded with high-impact relievers, so adding a veteran arm, even one coming off a rough season, could provide some stability. What many people don't realize is that bullpen depth can be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. So, even if Littell isn't lights out, he could still eat up innings and keep the team competitive. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Littell's role isn't just about middle relief. The D-backs are keeping him stretched out for potential spot starts. If you take a step back and think about it, that's a pretty versatile move. It's like having a Swiss Army knife in your pitching staff. And with Michael Soroka back from injury, the rotation seems set for now, but baseball is unpredictable. Injuries happen, slumps occur, and having Littell as a multi-inning option gives the team flexibility. This raises a deeper question. Are the D-backs planning for the long haul, or is this just a short-term fix? In my opinion, this move is less about Littell's current form and more about the team's strategic positioning. They are not just filling a roster spot, they are adding a piece that could adapt to different needs. A detail I find fascinating is how this reflects the broader trend in baseball. Teams are increasingly valuing versatility in their pitchers. Starters becoming relievers, relievers becoming openers, it's all about maximizing value. What this really suggests is that the D-backs are thinking creatively about how to get the most out of their resources. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think this is a move worth watching. It's not flashy, but it's strategic. And in a sport where every decision matters, sometimes the quietest moves can have the biggest impact. What do you guys think? Is Littell in the bullpen a smart play, or is this just a temporary band-aid? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your take.